Hello, and welcome to the Ask the Pastor video podcast. I'm Kent Bertrand, pastor of the Bridge Church in Gilbert, Arizona. The purpose of these podcasts is to answer some of the questions that you have about the Christian faith. Before I begin, I always like to remind you that it is never the job of any pastor or spiritual leader to think for you. But instead it is the job of any pastor or spiritual leader to encourage you to read the Bible in the power of the Spirit to think for yourself. Today's question comes from someone who just says, does the Bible ever talk about ghosts? Are there ghosts in real life? Well, let me just share with you that I do not believe in ghosts as they're commonly understood in our world. A ghost, and many Americans do believe in ghosts, is usually understood as some sort of spirit or soul that's left behind on earth after the body has died. So if you think of the movie The Sixth Sense, there were spirits there who couldn't move on because they were stuck with something. That's usually how it's understood. Like there's a house and someone's murdered in the house, and because of that, their spirit can't move on, so it just sort of haunts the house. Well, the Bible doesn't talk about our souls or spirits being stuck for any reason. In fact, it says in Hebrews 9:27, it is appointed for people to die once, and after that face judgment. So in fact, when we die, there is an afterlife, but we're not stuck in this life, which is good news, because we know that God, who is a just God, has a place for us He wants us to be in, and that's heaven. And so that if we have a relationship with Him, we can spend eternity with God. Now, I do believe in two things the Bible talks about: angels and demons, good and bad spirits that work for God and against God. And I believe they can interact on the earth. And so that might explain some of the experiences that people have that they label as ghosts. I'm not an expert on that, and I certainly couldn't talk about any situation, but I do know that there is a real spiritual world where angels and demons are here, but that my spirit has a place to go after I leave this earth, and it's not to stay on this earth. I hope that helps. If you have questions or want to talk more about that, contact us on our Facebook group page, Bridge Church, Arizona. For the Bridge Church, I'm Kent Bertrand. Thank you and God bless.